Now, ask anyone and they'll tell you that I love me a bit of spooky camp. As well as, your standard real horror movies. Every Halloween, I like to soak in some real trash. Camp non-horror type stuff like Beetlejuice, Death Becomes Her, and The Addams Family. As what I'd like to call a connoisseur of this niche genre, when I heard pretty late into the game actually that they were going to remake The Addams Family as a CGI family film, I was a little defensive about it. Did it need remaking? And who is it for? But I've had a lot of suspicions about family-orientated CGI movies that actually proved to be misplaced when I finally watched them. Stuff like Despicable Me, How to Train Your Dragon, etc, etc, etc. When I actually got around to watching them, yeah, I liked them. I really liked them. So I was willing to give this remake a chance. In the spirit of Spook Month, I went to see the new Addams Family. Now, first things first, it looks really great. I didn't like the new character designs at first, but after learning that they're very faithful to the original comic series, they did start to grow on me a lot more. And the unnatural visual style differences between the Addamses and the normal people really compounds their sort of weirdness. This film has pulled a really impressive cast. I mean really impressive. And I can't help but wonder what this film would have looked like if it had been live action. Oscar Isaac plays the father Gomez, Charlize Theron plays the mum Morticia, Chloe Grace Moretz plays Wednesday, and Finn Wolfhard plays Pugsley. Do you see what I mean? I love animation, and I will fight to the death to defend it as a medium, but the fact that I'm not going to get to see Oscar Isaac twist his pencil moustache in a dark pinstripe suit is kind of a crime. Also, Charlize Theron has an actual Oscar. But, packed with impeccable talent as this cast is, you can't help but feel they haven't been given the best material to work with. I'll be frank and say it's rarely funny enough for the adults in the room to enjoy it as much as the kids will. It's not unenjoyable for adults to watch. The visuals and the cast are going to make sure of that, but it's pretty much a guarantee that you'll have a lot more fun if you watch it with your kids. The plot itself is very predictable and quite gentle. Although it's, pleasing enough to follow, it at times feels like it doesn't know what it wants to be. The film's not that spooky, it's not that funny, it's not that interesting, but it's not boring, and it's not unfunny. In a way, it just leaves you feeling pretty apathetic. It spends more of its time than I think it probably should have trying to be very current, with poorly constructed jokes about the internet and social media, which just seems a bit sterile to me. And why does it need that? Can a man not be content with a camp spook to enjoy with his pumpkin spice latte? All in all, I'm going to give this film 2 out of 5 stars. It's an entirely inoffensive 90 minutes that we'll all forget by next year. It's not a bad film, but it doesn't stand up to the 90s live-action versions, no way. Although, ignore this if you've got kids, because they're going to love it, so you'll probably have a great time seeing it too. What did you think of The Addams Family? Let us know in the comments below. For all the latest movies and games, visit us in-store or at webuy.com. See you next time. CeX.